Hello, friends, and welcome to the Cinemondo podcast.
We've changed it. It would call something out, a little more pizzazz.
Yeah. If you soak our heads in water, we grow these green plants out of our heads because we're the Cinemondo podcast. Nobody's going to get that reference.
No. I don't even get it. We're chia plants? I don't know.
Chia pet.
Chia.
Who's going to get that? Why am I doing that joke? I saw it on Better Call Saul, and I'm just thinking about that.
That's for the, we'll add it to this video, maybe.
Yeah, that's for the AARP crowd, you know.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the trailer that was just released, and I think Gershon, our monster member, recommended this, and it's a new Tamil film that's coming out, or actually came out recently or today even. And it's entitled Vendhu Thanindhathu Kaadu, and we know nothing about it. I mean, the U.S.
We know a little bit.
Well, it's called, the English translation is Scorched Forest. So
it's a Tamil film.
Yeah, and it's
a musical gangster film.
Oh,
okay.
Which
so like
very
Guys and
interesting.
Dolls. Yeah.
Yes. West Side Story.
Yeah, sometimes that works, you know.
It does.
Right.
It kind of turns the operatic, kind of an idea into some sort of an operatic thing, where
right.
It's almost like the choreography of organized crime.
Right.
And before we get too deep into that and take a look at that, let's just remind everybody you can become a member of our YouTube channel, and it's really fun if you do. And for $2.99 a month, you get all kinds of perks. $2.99 a month. You get emojis, member shout outs, priority replies, badges. For $4.99, you get that extra one. You can request a video like people have done, and we will give a shout out and we will review that, whatever you request. So pretty cool stuff. So just think about that if you haven't joined.
Well, and also one of the big new things, and we can't even say this enough, is that you get to be part of the private Slack channel. So you get to talk to everyone, other members and us in the Slack channel. And it's very fun, and that's where we get a lot of our video recommendations on there. So if you want to talk to us or Elizabeth or Lara or some of our other members, come on in. But you got
we just text back and forth. Yeah,
it's our VIP room.
It's kind of
are we still doing the free car for everybody that joins, or did we discontinue that?
No, that is.
No. That went out in the late 50s.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got sued for fraud.
Sorry.
But for $4.99 a month, you get a lot more than a free car. You get fun.
You get so much better stuff.
Cars break down. We're here forever.
Yeah,
cars are nightmares. Yeah, who wants a car?
So let's talk about who is in this movie.
Yeah,
we have the stars? I just had it and then went away. So
it's Silambarasan and Siddhi Hidanani.
Okay. I don't know if we've seen them before in any of the films that we've talked about. We might have, but they're not familiar names to me. So
yeah, maybe it'll be familiar faces. And also the film's composer, he did Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah,
and he's won all kinds of Emmys and Academies, and he's apparently a very big deal. Yeah,
2 Academy Awards for Slumdog Millionaire, and another actually U.S. film called Couples Retreat. He won for Best Song. So he's got 2 Academy Awards and a bunch of awards, in India and elsewhere. So
that was that Vince Vaughn movie. Couples Retreat was that Vince Vaughn movie. Okay,
right.
That's cool.
Right.
All right.
So shall we take a look at Vendhu Thanindhathu Kaadu?
All right.
Are we ready to roll that trailer?
We're ready to roll.
I'm going to slate it, all right?
Let's do it.
A life. உச்சிக்கு போக தனிமை ஆள் இல்லாத மலை சிகரத்துல தன்னந்தனியா நின்று இருக்கிற மாதிரி.
பரோட்டா கடை இதானே?
ஆமா, ஆனா யாரா இருந்தாலும் காசு கொடுத்தாதான் தீனி.
ஆனா ஒவ்வொரு நிமிஷமும் தீயில எரிஞ்சு அங்க வந்து சேர வேண்டியிருக்கு. மனுஷனுங்களை அடிச்சுட்டு போற காத்து ஏதுன்னு யாராலையும் சொல்ல முடியறதில்ல. எல்லாரும் பறந்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. And kill or die.
அண்ணே எல்லாரையும் கொன்னுருவேன்.
கொன்னிருக்கியா?
என்னால கொல்லவே முடியாது. எனக்கு அடுத்தது நீதான் தலைவன்னு சொன்னா என்ன கொல்லுவியா?
எல்லா தொழிலும் அதுதான். Kill or be killed. It's a mad dance. இங்க கிளம்புறதுக்கும் போய் சேர்றதுக்கும் சம்பந்தமே இல்லை. அதுக்கு பேர் தான் விதியா.
இங்க இருந்து போக முடியுமா?
ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் தப்பியோட தான் முயற்சி பண்றாங்க. எப்படியாவது எங்கேயாவது போயிடணும்னு துடிக்கிறாங்க. ஆனா தப்ப முயற்சி பண்ணா இன்னும் ஆழமா மாட்டிக்கிறாங்க.
சரியா சொல்ல போனா நீ அவருக்கு பாதுகாப்பு கிடையாது, அவர் தான் உனக்கு பாதுகாப்பு.
இதுல கதையே கிடையாது. என்ன அது வாழ்க்கை. அர்த்தம் இருக்குன்னா இருக்கு, இல்லைன்னா இல்ல. ஆனா இவனை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் இது வெறும் விளையாட்டு, வேற ஒண்ணும் இல்ல.
இங்க இருந்து யாரும் போக முடியாதானே?
இங்க பாரு, நீ இங்க எந்த பெரிய விஷயத்துல ஈடுபடல நீ வையே, உனக்கு ஒண்ணுமே தெரியல நீ வையே, தப்பிச்சு போனா ஒருவேளை விட்டுருவாங்க.
திக்கத்தவங்க கூட தெய்வம் இருக்கும்.
தெய்வம் இல்லனா பேய். எங்க முடியும் துபாட் மச்சான் ஆற்றின் பயணம்.
இவனுக்கு முடிவுப்பு இல்ல, தொடரும்.
Part 1. Wow.
God or the devil? Who's going to help those who are lost? What do you think? I think the devil wins almost every time.
Yeah. Well, it felt like a more ground, like, you know, when I think of some of these gangsters, I think of, you know, sort of the over the top violence and, you
like
know,
Godfather.
The
Godfather video.
Yeah, this felt much more sort of grounded, like kind of a real story about, you know, that kind of strife. It felt the way it was shot. You know,
it wasn't stylized the way a lot of action film, like the guy didn't show up with, you know, the guns aren't sort of, you know, made to look like heroic video game things. It's like this looked like real people with guns, you know, when they show up, they're not like taking off their sunglasses with the light sparks, you know. It's like they weren't cool guys with guns. These are like gritty street real guys, like the real thing. And I think this movie looks like a serious I mean, you said it was like a musical, but maybe there's some musical segments in there. I imagine it's probably not fantasy type musical.
Yeah, it looks like he was dancing, like there was a celebration. It's probably some stuff like that. Yeah,
and maybe you know, it's about the emotion of what he's going through, and maybe these people trying to survive, and so they sing, and it has more depth to it versus just a choreographed dance scene. You know,
right? Yeah. It looks like a really, you know, really good, interesting, serious gangster film. You can see certain things, and you know, certain films. There's different kinds of films, right? There's the kind of films that are made by people who are making like fun action. You know, the guys show up and they're just like, bah, 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 you know, and they're shooting people over their back, and it's like kind of fun. But then there's people who make films that are sort of based in a sense of reality, and you get the impression that whoever wrote this, perhaps directed it, produced it, has actually had some little bit of experience in the street, like has lived a life. And that to me is more appealing. I think I get the sense of that from this film, from the trailer. Yeah. It seems like, okay, this is kind of based on perhaps someone's experience or research, you know.
Yeah,
it's
and
not
you know,
just a stylized, you know, mythological, you know, magical, you know, assassin game.
And I think part of that too is the Tamil films, which I've been seeing more of lately, do seem more grounded and gritty. Yeah. Like they just seem like they can give you the story that maybe, you know, Bollywood or something would amp up with the slow motion and leaping through the air, which is good, fine. It's like, you know,
that's fine.
The Top Gun of you know, India. But sometimes you do want just like, I want to see a realistic sort of character depiction of what happens when, you know, somebody is this, you know, desperate and lost and has to like turn to crime and create like an empire that way. And I think there's something to that in a gritty way. And I have a question. Whenever somebody grabs a gun and points it to their own chest, you know, he grabs the other, does anyone ever get shot doing that? Because I feel like Wouldn't it be interesting? Because every time you see that in a movie where it's like, I dare you to shoot me.
Oh,
No one
yeah,
ever
yeah.
does, you know?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if he just shot the guy?
Well, maybe he did. Yeah, but
I don't know.
point,
Just,
Like,
just
okay,
noticed
I'll
that.
shoot you. Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
a
go ahead, fine.
it's a gutsy move to do that.
It
if
is.
you're the one
Yeah.
pointing at your chest. But I think
And
Tamil
that's usually
and
the point of that
Yes.
that when you see that in a film, the point is
I dare
he's
you.
calling the guy's bluff
Yeah.
and the guy
Yeah.
backs down. You know?
Right.
Every time. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering, wouldn't it be funny if this guy just didn't back down this time?
Yeah.
He just shot the main guy just right there.
Yeah.
And I thought the one scene where there was gunfire, in front of that building was really
Yeah.
like, that's probably how it
Mhm.
really happens.
Yes. Oh,
You
yeah,
just
yeah.
do it and people just go down and it's not,
Yeah.
fanfare or anything. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have slow motion of the guy turning and you know
No.
like
It's just kind of sudden and abrupt
Yeah.
and weird.
it looks actually really,
awkward and
really good.
It did
desperate,
look really good. It really looked
scary.
good.
Because
And
I mean, things like that, crime is scary.
Yeah.
Not that I know, from personal
your-
experience, but I can imagine, when if you're into films and stuff, of course, when you watch a movie about like a bank robbery or something, you think about it. You think like, how would I act if I was in a scary? I would be shaken too much, and I would probably pass out or something.
I
if
would
I
just
had to
run
rob
away
a bank.
crying.
Yeah, I would cry, and I would
I'm-
probably scream like a 4-year-old.
I'm such a law abider. Like I walk
Yeah.
into stores and when I'm leaving after I've paid, I still feel like they're gonna get me for stealing something, even though I have
know.
not stolen anything.
I don't want to go to prison. I'm too pretty for prison. But the thing is, when a film can portray that, when a film can portray the scariness
Yes.
of running in the streets, shooting at somebody with a gun, or somebody shooting at you with a gun, you see it so many times in films.
So many times.
But in the reality of it, how does that feel? And I have a feeling that this film portrays crime and intense, amped up situations like that in a realistic way. And to me, that gives that is what I'm looking for in films.
that makes
is
it more
to
exciting
be
in a
pulled
way.
into the realism.
It
Yeah.
does. Because it
Yeah.
has that X factor of like, what is going to happen? Like, it's the
Yeah.
sort of like everything seems a little out of control. So who's going
Right.
to live and die instead of like, oh, I know they're not going to die.
Yeah, that cool guy who just put his
Yeah.
sunglasses on is not going to die.
No
He's
way.
going to be the hero.
Yeah.
But
you
in
need
this
Tom
one, you're
Cruise.
like, this is random. This is reality.
Right.
It's more of a feeling of the actual place and
Yeah.
the streets and what it's like there too.
Yeah.
It's not stylized or I hate to say it, Americanized.
Ugh.
That's
Not that. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Don't
I
go
love it.
Hollywood on us.
Yeah, don't do the Hollywood
Don't
thing.
do it.
And let's just give a
But it
shout out
looks
to the director. His name is, I hope I pronounce it right, Gautham Vasudev Menon. And so that's a
Yes.
new name for us anyway.
Yeah.
So this looks like a one to
does.
seek out. So
Yeah.
We're definitely going to
Yeah.
check this out. We'll
Yeah,
have to
this
do a
looks
review
like-
of this. It looks great. All right.
And the trailer is
Vendhu.
good. The trailer is compelling.
Yeah.
It's like
Compelling.
you don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't give away the story or anything. It just makes me want to see the movie.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. A winner. All right. We'll have to check
All right.
that out when it comes out. When we get to
Yeah.
see it anyway. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Where's Jim? Jimmy's asleep. Okay, I'm gonna.
damn
We're
it.
signing off now. Everybody say goodbye again.
Bye. Round two.